moved into here in 1993. Don't disturb my cows. It's looked a little bit different in its day. We had bays for 7 cars. We used to store all the panels up there, spoilers on the hooks. Oh my God. Bloody hell. These are all full of driver's overalls. Michael Park, Mikko Hirvonen, Jarmo. So this was my parents' car breakers yard. We used to get the local rally guys coming in. They could see I was interested. I was only 10 or 12, I think. They said they were doing a rally that night. Would I like to go in the back? And I said, absolutely. Went and told my mum. She said, you're not going? I said, yes, I am. So eventually won her over, came to this first junction. The guy put the car sideways, and that's when I got the bug. People said it was impossible to run a rally team, particularly the World Rally team, from this part of the world. But I was just so determined to make it work.
Oh, got a biscuit, darling? Oh, so where did you film?
Oh, everywhere in the old place.
Oh, upstairs and everywhere? Oh, no. You see, you should have had it tidied up.
Takes you back down memory lane, doesn't it? Just looking at things.
Yeah, it's a long time. God. I was 17 when Malcolm came to buy my dad's rally car. And that was the start of it, wasn't it?
Yeah, it started the business the same year that I met Elaine,
Yeah,
1979.
I think probably nearly every driver has been through this house.
And then Elaine has been the mum to a lot of these young drivers after they've had a, what is it, hairdryer moments, should we say, Alex Ferguson moments. So Elaine's looked after them and they've, you know, cried on Elaine's shoulder. And
You do tend to mother them a little bit, the young ones, you know.
M Sport as this family-run business with Malcolm and Elaine. Yes! Malcolm Wilson was a rally driver and built M Sport back in the day from, he won't mind me saying this, but it was literally at his house in a shed. He took on the rallying program for Ford. A few years passed by and Ford decided that they were not going to stick around. So Malcolm has suddenly had to find a way to carry on this team. Ultimately, that is the uphill struggle that they have got now. If the day were to come when M Sport were not to be a part of the World Rally Championship, that would be very, very sad.
Year on year, M Sport turns up at WRC. So the perception from people is that we'll be fine. We have to work incredibly hard behind the scenes to make sure that we can be there next year and the year after. And it's always difficult for us. Malcolm said to me, he doesn't sleep at night because he's always ensuring the 250 people he's employing get paid every month and look after their families. It's horrible thinking that what happens if we can't make it work. And there's a lot of things that go on in your head that stress me out. We have everything riding on Adrian this year. If we don't win anything, stages, rallies, events, we will really struggle to get the funding. So we have to win.
The European gravel season is underway with Rally Portugal. Stages over 370 kilometres. It's hot, it's fast, it's dusty. It's a classic rally.
With tyres, if we can, it'd be good to just keep these 4 on the car and not use the spares. I think he's okay. I think he needs to wake up a bit. Needs to have a coffee, but I think he'll be okay.
Morning.
All good?
Good, how are you?
I'm good.
Hello, boss.
Hello, Mr. Formo.
How are you?
I'm good.
Now then, I love a Super Special. The only time we see two drivers competing on the same stage head to head. And those spectators have bagged themselves a front row seat to this one, haven't they? We've got Neville, Ogier, Tanak, Evans. This is what it's all about. Next up, M Sport's Adrian Formeau, alongside him Fabrizio Zaldivar. Adrian's been on it this weekend, hasn't he?
God, that car looks good.
Oof, jeez. His driving style as well is...
He's just, oh, wow. He's just confident, isn't he? He's just absolutely in tune with that car. Come on.
Gonna do it. Come on.
Yes! Wow! Fastest time.
Stage win.
Stage win.
Excellent.
Woohoo!
Yeah, well done, Adrian Formeau.
It certainly was a great finish for Adrian Formeau, who takes a stage win.
Unlike his teammate Gregoire Munster, who unfortunately seems to be off the pace.
Well done, good rally.
You're getting better at this driving, aren't you?
Huh?
You're getting better at this driving.
You think?
Yeah, I think we could make a career out of it.
Yeah?
Yeah, job.
think?
Yeah, maybe. I know Uber Eats are always looking for a driver.
With Uber Eats.
Bastard.
Adrian Formeau not putting a foot wrong. He's really flying today and challenging the big boys.
Gregoire Munster now up. The rookie has been struggling so far this rally, but he'll want to be setting competitive times and showing people he deserves to be here.
Greg's got a really difficult position because this is his second time on the rally. On the first time, he crashed. So his return to the event is in a Rally 1 car and pitching himself against the best in the world. They have pace notes they've developed over the years. He's got a challenge that nobody else has got in this top category. Our job is to try and keep him motivated to get better over the course of the event.
Gregoire Munster gets underway, and for the next 25 minutes or so, he's going to be a very, very busy boy.
You only get like your chance at Rally 1 like once in your life. Building up that experience is really important. All the guys that believed in me and put money on it, you don't want to let them down. The pressure of knowing that this season can decide my future, what I'm gonna do with the rest of my life. Will I be able to continue being a Rally 1 driver, or will I have to find another job?
It's a proper baptism of fire today for Gregoire Munster. The speeds that he's wanting to reach out then. Oh no, he's off the side of the road. Half spin and he's hooked that front left wheel just over the edge. There's no one around. They need people power to move this car. It's stuck there.
He's literally just spun round and the wheels are still on the ground even, it's just this centre section. I assume he's gone to try and find some spectators because literally 5-10 people will be able to just push him out.
Gauche 90 plus sur plat. 60 mètres. Droite 130.
Look, like you say, he's fiddle braked here to get the rotation there. He's off his rocker.
Well, when it's something like that, you feel pretty embarrassed, to be honest.
Is he still beached? No, I don't think we'll hear much from him now. If he doesn't finish this stage, he'll be out from today and out from the rally fully.
The idea was to try and get to the end of the event without any silly mistakes. Frustrating for sure. There's absolutely nothing I can do. I can look at a photo of how stuck it is.
As much as we can give them the best car, the driver's got to get his head in the right space. If they make a mistake, they need to learn from it. There's no room for dead weight.
Did you get caught out by anything, or what do you think happened?
It was a bit too much inside in the cut, so I was fully locked, but I should have braked a bit earlier.
Yep. Okay. Well, move on to Sardinia then, isn't it?
Yeah. For us, it's a bit disappointing because we basically did the same mistake as Evans or Katsuta did yesterday, but they managed to get away with it, and we're always stuck. The thing with rallying is that you know that there are a lot of people working for you, and so when something like this happens, you have the feeling that you let them down.
And that's it. Rally Portugal done and dusted for another year. Fourmaux finishes 4th overall, 1 minute 47 seconds behind your eventual rally winner, Sébastien Ogier. Gregoire Munster posting a DNF here in Portugal, though. That puts the pressure on as we look ahead next to Rally Sardinia. Munster with a bit to prove.
I'm always looking for drivers since we took on the Ford contract. Gregoire has got a great personality, but he's still got a long way to go. That's the sad thing about the sport. It's so much about experience. And obviously, it can be a long process and obviously very costly. When you invest in somebody to start with, you really don't know whether it's actually going to turn out to be the right choice.
Hi, Christophe.
Ça va bien?
Ouais.
Let's go. Do some flexion in your knees. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, push.
If something happens, it's a consequence of a bad decision. You will feel a bit frustrated with yourself for making that mistake. But it's also important to learn from it.
At the end of the day, comparing Rally 2 or Rally 1, you feel more exhausted?
I would say mentally I am, not specifically physically. I have a lot of lack of experience compared to the other, and I try to compensate my lack of experience by watching a lot of the onboards on the weekend as well. Often I have to make my own pace notes, while the other have them already from previous years, so I start from zero, from a blank page. I'm really tired at the end of the weekend.
I said that I wanted to achieve a top 5. That was like my main goal this season. So if you want to be the fastest, you need to have everything right.
It's time for a bit of Rally d'Italia Sardinia. Welcome, everyone.
We are in Sardinia for the 6th round of the World Rally Championship in a place called Alghero. It is hot, it's really hot. It's almost too hot. I'm near enough every day, thinking how nice would it be to have a beer here? How nice would it be to have a beer here? And then I think, oh wait, I'm here to work.
It's going to be a pretty tricky rally. Obviously, it's a new format, the shorter format. We really need to do the best we can from our side. So please, let's take real attention to detail this weekend.
It is the middle of the year. You know, we call it the fast season. Adrian has certainly proved himself throughout 2024. He's led the team this year. There's been podiums. He's done a great job. I am sure that the other manufacturers have spoken to Adrian. I'm sure of it. We know how ambitious Adrian is.
Number one priority now is to try and sort out Adrian. We have to keep him for next year as part of the plan, really.
Yeah, I think he's hot property now, to be honest.
And he said he doesn't want to leave us, which I believe.
I said, look, you've got an opportunity to make this your team, which, in fairness, he's embraced. And I think he knows if he goes somewhere else, he's not going to be number one.
He's clever enough to know that, but the lure of bigger things can sometimes seem more attractive than it is.
And let's be honest, he's still learning.
On the other side of the team, though, Greg, he's had a difficult start to the year. I think if he can prove to us over the next few rallies, he can put a case together for next year. So, the pressure's going to be on him really for the next few rallies.
From Portugal, we've travelled across the Mediterranean Sea to Sardinia.
Here we have Gregoire Munster off the back of what was, let's face it, a tricky rally Portugal. This sport is so hard. You know, rallying, for me, it tests a driver and a team in a way that not all other forms of motorsport do. It's not just about the speed and the heat in the car and all of that kind of stuff. There are so many other facets to think about in rallying, and so much of it is in your head. You have to be so mentally strong, and that only comes with experience.
The grip was better, but I was not feeling it like the first one.
So the grip was better?
The grip was better. The driving, I couldn't do what I wanted to do.
Okay. Is it just a case of confidence on the input would just get the front loading up more? I mean,
no, because there is not even braking, just not turning.
We are not so happy with the car setup here. Here I have to use a bit the handbrake to get more rotation, and for sure that's not efficient.
It's always easy to say the car's not doing what you want. That's the problem. If you think, right, what's the single biggest thing that's going to help him improve right now? And you think, well, very quickly, it's probably his driving confidence rather than the setup. You need him to just feel consistent with what he's doing.
You don't have the steering wheel in your hands, and you feel if the driver is comfortable with the car or not. But you can feel a lot of things with your, basically, sorry for my language, but with your ass, because you are reading the notes, so you are not looking at the road all the time. If you are not comfortable with the car, you will not feel confident in yourself, and so you will struggle to drive, you will overthink it, and you will be slower.
Joe was just messaging me about stuff he sent after the last rally. Yeah. With the stuff we noticed in the data between the two. I fully appreciate it's not easy to say, just drive like somebody else, because everybody has their own style. But I think it would be important we just run through it together on the main bits.
Consistently in the slower corners, you were often a gear lower than Adrian. Yeah. The main thing, I guess, I want to speak to you a little bit about why it was feeling natural to reach the handbrake.
I'm maybe hesitating in some corners, you know, the fact that the stage are a bit new to me and so on.
Quite often on the braking, your first input is hard, like a lot of, 80-odd bar, but then you'll come off and you'll have, another brake.
Yeah. Honestly, I want to do a good Friday.
I think we all want a result after the last rally was disappointing for everybody.
Having a look at Adrian Fourmeau, who's sitting in third position coming into this stage. Taka Katsuta is only 3 seconds behind him. He's battling with the big boys now. This is going to be really interesting.
Yeah, it certainly is, Bex. M Sport have to make sure they've done everything to give him the car he needs.
This does look good.
Yeah. We've lost some time. Have we clipped something?
It's definitely on the left.
Left rear, I believe it's a puncture.
Yeah, we could hear it. That's really unfortunate for Adrian Fourmeau.
Adrian, you're giving it absolutely everything. What happened? A slow puncture, I don't know where. Probably 20k before the finish.
It's gonna be a long rally.
Did manage it well then, didn't he? Still dropped off all the time.
The problem is when he had it so far early on, he made the decision to carry on, which is the right decision. He only lost 36 seconds. If he stopped and changed, he'd have lost 2 minutes. But he'd done such a good job up until then for his road position for tomorrow, and now that's going to drop him right back. But, you know, these roads are hard. They're bloody rough, and you can unfortunately pick up a puncture if the car in front pulls one rock out that's sharp and gives you a slow puncture. It's part of rallying.
Back out on stage, tyres changed, Fourmaux is off.
So Adrian Fourmaux going slowly.
An ongoing issue then for the Frenchman.
Yeah, that was engine off at that point.
He said, I've not got electric or something.
That car is not going anywhere. This is not good news for Adrian Fourmaux. Adrian almost certainly going to slip further back in the championship now.
I stopped, fuck's sake. I don't know whether he has crashed. Stopped on stage, not sure why. Hello. Hi. What's the issue? Battery? What, just completely dead? What's the voltage on the dash? 7 volts.
For it to be down to 7, it must have had either an alternator failure or a belt off. The problem is he was doing a puncture and I guess he didn't have time to do belts or look at the belt.
Does he think he's in dangerous place?
I think where it is now is far from ideal, but he thinks it's probably worse going far ahead and getting stuck.
It's not ideal. This time, as we're not sure what's actually gone wrong, it's a bit more tricky. We don't know what we're dealing with when the car comes back. Realistically, we just want to get him back out there and then see what he can do for the rest of the weekend.
It's very frustrating because they've done so well up until now. We've not had any real issues. You're doing terrible. The morale's obviously quite low. It's 7:20. So yeah, it's going to be a long evening or a short night, depending on how you look at it.
I think you have a mechanical issue, but it's a part of the game. It's the mechanical is not perfect all the time. It's possible to have a little bit of mistake for.
Yeah, not too bad. I think we're surprised at the back there. It hasn't damaged the quarter, so hopefully it's just sills and sort of all bolt-on bits, nothing too drastic, but it's more, you know, it's under the hood there that we need to really work out what's going on there.
So we just had a quick look at the data. We haven't had a full look through yet, but yeah, definitely alternator related, I think, from an impact. So until we actually take the alternator off and actually have a look at it and see what's mechanically is broken, it's hard to say.
So Adrian's car's now back on the stage. We have effectively 4 hours to fix it. It's at 11 p.m. now. Potentially 2 a.m. you could finish, but then the car leaves again at 5:40. But sadly, you know, today it cost us a really good result. Everyone puts in so much effort to get even to the race. It's just frustrating.
M Sport Puma of Gregoire Munster on its way then. It has to be said, he is putting in some reasonable stage times here in Sardinia.
And he's got quite a job on his hands today after Edren's misfortune. He really needs to step it up for M Sport.
It's okay, just happy to get through. It's such a difficult stage.
Here comes Adrian Fourmaux then, back out again today. It looks like he's still having problems. On next then to the remote tyre fitting zone. Just 15 minutes to get those problems with Adrian's Puma sorted. Let me tell you, it is a tense atmosphere in the M Sport camp.
So with Adrian this morning, he lost his front brake, so he spent I don't know how long on that stage he was having to slow the car down on the handbrake. So yeah, far from ideal. So we've got a tyre fitting zone now. With the brakes, we should be able to fix it.
It's the nature of rallying. At the end of the day, you're driving a road car down things that you should really not be taking a vehicle down. You get away with it sometimes, unfortunately here, not. And it's just like a bit of a kick in the teeth. Like I say, it never feels any better when you have a shit day, like today.
You don't always get right the first time. When things are going the wrong way for the drivers, instantly that puts huge pressure back on the whole team.
I'm gonna go get the umbrellas. Can I just...
Ah, good idea, yeah.
Can I pass them along here or not? And then you...
Not really sure, to be honest.
Okay, I'll do some running. You wanna... Just running around like a mad person. You get given a time that the cars are roughly gonna be arriving at the media zone. So when you hear that noise, you just have to, like, run to where you're meant to be. My name's Georgina Bentley and I am team physio and also driver, liaison and coordinator.
They like the kale on the top.
Okay. Rallying has been a big part of my upbringing. My dad had rally drive since he was 17 and my granny would always take me and my sisters and we'd watch my dad rally.
Make sure it's all even.
I'm trying. When I got to 14, I did my junior Formula 1000 Rally Championship and licence just on a circuit in a 1-litre car.
Hey, babies, what's this?
At M Sports, I look after the drivers, making sure that they are fed and watered, make sure they've got clean balaclavas, their gloves are dry, their helmets are dry, so they can get in the car and not have to think about anything. And then in the evenings, I do physio.
We bought them as pygmies, but they just kept growing.
Well, yeah, I think we got misled on that one. M Sport have this rough and ready, this a bit of rustic outlook on rallying. It's no secret we don't have as many staff as maybe the other two manufacturer teams. This is actually where I practice being caring and nurturing to my co-drivers and drivers. I practice on the goats. Kind of similar, kind of annoying sometimes. Love them unconditionally. It's the only time anyone wants me. Hangry, hangry. Always good for snacks.
Adrian, you're going the wrong way.
Is he missing it on purpose?
Not
great.
Not great because you have a lot of problem with the car. I don't like it.
Okay, I can check.
To put just two.
The other ones
yes,
in. Yes.
Please. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite frustrating because I think we are doing a good rally, pace-wise and tire management, etc. But just the car breaks down every day, every loop. So, is there anything to eat? Down here.
Get yourself in there.
Just do the opposite as this morning.
3 hearts.
I don't know, just do the best. I'm just too tired to think. Georgina, is there any other pasta? Please. Thank you. I've got, thank you.
Okay. When it comes to it and shit hits the fan, excuse my French, we're all there to muck in and get the job done. M Sport is one big family. We all want to do well because we care and we love rallying.
You okay?
Just the general shit. It's like, okay, he's having a bad day, but I fucking do take it personally because I've had 4 hours sleep.
Georgina, some cake, please.
Some cake. Emily's taking the cake to the...
TFZ?
Because it was a big cake.
Okay.
She's taking it in the car. You want me to go and get it? You want it now?
Yes. Oh, Georgina, if she's at the TFZ, that's okay.
Yeah, she's got it at the tyre fitting zone. when you're tired and you're away from home, you don't want to let your emotions get the better of you. But because everyone cares and because everyone wants to do a good job, it is easier said than done.
So we got roughly about 8 or 9 minutes left.
They got everything they could get done. Just dropped a bit of time, lateness. So, not ideal.
There we go, end of Saturday of Rally Sardinia. Sitting triumphant in first place is Sébastien Ogier, closely followed by Tanak, Sordo, Evans and Gregoire Munster, who is sitting in 5th. If he stays there, it will be a career-best performance from the man from Luxembourg. Adrien Fourmeau, sadly, is out of contention for this one.
That was a fun day, though.
That was interesting to drive a 2CV all along the day.
2CV, yeah.
You see the car?
Yeah.
The French car.
But you obviously, when you're angry, you go faster, though, so it's cancels it out.
Yeah. But we need to sort it because we had the same issue in Portugal.
Yeah, no, we know.
It's like you start one thing, it's bad, and then it's a bad cycle, and another thing. And you're like, when will it stop? It's just quite hungry.
You know, it's so hard to not react. It's been a long day, so yeah, let's go again tomorrow where there's points to be had. And, you know, we're going to have a few cars in front of us that we weren't expecting, so we've got a good opportunity to get some points to salvage something from the weekend.
That's the longest day we had this season, no? 160K?
Oh, competitive?
Yeah. But the stage in the afternoon felt like it lasted like 1 hour, but in the morning it was like incredibly difficult. I would say, at least in this condition, I felt like I was improving. We see it going the right way. Till now, it's the best result for us in the WRC, so we need to keep that for tomorrow and try to finish it off.
Last day of Rally Sardinia. Adrien Fourmeau has slipped way down the leaderboard. Very uncharacteristic for him. Has he got the mental headspace to turn his fortunes around today?
Sardinia has not been Fourmeau's rally. Teammate Gregoire Munster, on the other hand, is having a brilliant weekend in 5th overall. It's been a real mixed bag for M Sport in Rally Sardinia. Electrical problems on his M Sport Puma halting Fourmeau's progress, a big disappointment for the whole team. But Gregoire Munster answers the critics after Rally Portugal, a career best 5th overall, gaining valuable points for M Sport. Top job from Gregoire Munster and Louis Luca.
There you go. Yep.
Onwards and upwards.
That's exactly the kind of level we want to start finding again.
Thank you very much.
Good job. Well done.
Thank you, you too.
We doubled our scores in the championship from all the rallies before. We just doubled it in one rally, so it's good. Now we want to do it every rally again.
Gregoire has been fighting against the competition. It's incredible. The pressure's now going to be on for him. I mean, we're going to expect to see good performances. That's what we need to see. You think you start to relax as the year goes by, but actually this is where the pressure really mounts, and the hard work needed by the team is going to get even more and more important.
Rally Poland.
Adrian will certainly not want to be shown up by Martin Sesks.
Don't let that get to
I'm a part-time driver.
Martins is phenomenal here.
It is cutthroat world. If you're not gonna perform, someone's gonna outperform you.